Shalom, shalom. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but in long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the one true power that always makes this possible. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching this word and believing in this word, Lord willing as a whole, that you all continue in sound doctrine. And shalom to the aqua of the sisters of this faith and this truth, Lord willing that you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This lesson is titled, Soon Freedom Will Be a Reality for the Elect. The elect are currently in captivity and affliction, but Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has promised real deliverance, real freedom, and a real kingdom. So this suffering is temporary and freedom is certain. It's inevitable. The elect are in captivity right now, but not forever. So we see that the Bible constantly shows Israel in bondage before deliverance. This is the book of Luke chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captives into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Speaking of 70 AD when the temple fell. And we're still in the time of, the Gentiles being in rulership. So when we look at, prophecy, mystery Babylon and Jake being scattered across the four corners of the earth, we're coming back to the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Let me slide over to the book of Baruch. This is Baruch chapter 2, and we're going to read 30 and 31. It says, I said at 29, it says, if ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. This is all captivities. Wherever Jake is in subjection, they're going to remember themselves, starting with those that believe or those that want to believe. And they shall know that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, their power. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. Right? Because how are we going to remember who we are? The Lord is going to send teachers that the Lord is going to wake up first, and they're going to give knowledge of things that, Jake haven't heard in his time, right? And you're going to hear the doctrine, and you're going to hear the name of the Lord, where in captivity, like when we start to believe, we're going to start thinking on his name, right? It was a verse or a chapter I was just reading in Isaiah, the 49th chapter, and the title, I believe, the last few verses in that chapter, the title, what they have in the Bible, it said, we trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And, when you come in this truth, when you're learning, you're trusting in the process. Now that I have this truth, I want to get the hell up out of here. But I'm trusting the Lord, because what we read earlier, the Lord is not slack concerning his promises. You hear the sweet of salvation, this and this and that. You're like, dang, when is this going to happen? And, I'm human. I'm nothing. I can't rush the Lord. I can't rush time. So I have to be patient. I have to trust in the process, but continue to grow and know who I am, know who Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is, and use his name. Better yet, let's get this in Isaiah 62, just because what we just said. This is Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of Yahweh keep no silence. Give him no rest till he establish and till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. We are still in captivity. I want freedom to be a reality. Or Jake think they free because they can get a job. Jake think they free because they can drink in the same water fountain. Jake think they free because they can chase the American dream. That's an American fucking dream, because that's all this place is. It's a dream, which the dream will die soon. It's not going to never be American dream ever again. So who is really giving us the real meaning of freedom? Bringing you back to the estate you're supposed to be, rulers of the earth. You don't even know what that is. This is why brothers got to do lessons on salvation-minded or rulership mindset. Okay? Now, with this lesson, we can look at it as a freedom mindset. Have you ever thought about being free? What does that look like to you? Right? Freedom is having a house with a picket fence. Well, that's something that you can have in London. You can have in China. Right? Real freedom is not being oppressed, not paying taxes, right? You busting your ass and you coming home with little, you know? A lot of us can't even enjoy life the way we want, right? So the remembrance of the truth comes in captivity, right before freedom. So right now the Lord has given us that desire to remember. What did Mufasa tell Simba? Remember who you are. And you can take something spiritual from that. He told Simba, remember who you are. We was never taught who we are. Now, when we getting this information, it's like, dang, man, who am I? So you have to constantly dig in this captivity, right? Because truly, you are the diamond in the rough. So every captivity ends with rejoicing and freedom. We did a lesson on this. But let's get into Exodus, the 14th chapter. So this is Exodus chapter 14 in verse 30 and 31. And this is what it reads. I'll start at 29. Boom, 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 boom. I'll start at 26, right? Because it deals with Pharaoh's army being destroyed. And Yahweh said to Moses, stretch out thy hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its strength. When the morning appeared, the Egyptians fled against it, and Yahweh overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen, and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on the right hand and on the left. Thus Yahweh saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work which Yahweh did upon the Egyptians, and the people feared Yahweh and believed Yahweh in his servant Moses. How much more in this end, right? Just looking at this beautiful picture, you getting beamed up and saved, and you're seeing the fall of your enemies throughout the whole world. And you're in a chariot, and the Lord is going to allow you to see, which it says in Revelations, I think the 21st chapter. Let's see if we can get that real quick. Salaki, Revelation chapter 15, in verse 2. But I said at verse 1, it says, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues. For in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, in them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stood on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. Right? And this is going to be that deliverance. We've seen the Egypt one, but now the sea of glass is talking about the firmament, getting beamed up in the chariot, right? The chariots of Israel, the whirlwind, the wheel within the wheel, and watching, the sea of glass being mingled with fire because of the destruction. Now in this picture, they're kind of close. The elect with Yahushua are going to be high in the atmosphere above the firmament, watching the destruction. Right? I desire this. Do you desire it? You know, we're going to truly be free. Just because you can walk up and just go for a walk does not mean you're free. You know, Yahweh Bashim Shai has a great plan for us. Right? So let's go to this one. So when Israel was delivered from the Egyptians and on dry land, they rejoiced. They rejoiced. They got delivered from the Egyptians. We're going to rejoice in the end. This is Psalms 126 in verse 1. When Yahweh turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream, right? Even with the Babylonian captivity, right? Even with, multiple captivities where Israel felt like they were in a dream. And this is going to hit us even more in this last one. Then was our mouth filled with laughter and our tongue with singing. Then said they among the heathen, Yahweh have done great things for them. Yahweh have done great things for us. Wherefore we are glad. Turn again our captivity, O Yahweh, as the streams in the south. One day the Lord is going to turn his captivity, and really the elect, we're going to really analyze. The Lord has done great things for us, right? From the captivity consequences we see in the prayer of Azariah. He was saying in the prayer, well, what he done to us is true and just, right? And let alone the sweet things he's going to do for us. Yahweh Bashim Shai has done great things. Same pattern is going to come again, but it's going to be even greater in this time, right? And we're not going to speak on the great deliverance of Egypt. We're going to speak on a new deliverance. This is Jeremiah 23, and I'll start at verse 5, but the point is verse 7 and 8. It says, Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, which is Yahushai. And the king shall reign and prosper, shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. And in his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, Yahweh Bashim El Shai, our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that they shall no more say, Yahweh liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth, which brought up, in which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all the countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their land. Right? He's speaking future time, and that deliverance from the north country is really speaking about Babylon, mystery Babylon the Great. This is speaking about America. Okay? Because verse 5, the righteous branch, Yahushai did not rule in the time of ancient Babylon. Yahushai did not rule in ancient Rome. This is speaking about the fall of the north country, right? Because how we're going to speak about the north country, that great deliverance, right? And being with the Lord, right? That means that this is going to be a reality soon, where the Lord is going to deliver us, and he's going to win victory over the north country. He's going to win victory over the kings of the earth. That's why Revelation 19, he had crowns. He had many crowns on his head. Because when he takes this kingdom, he takes all the kingdoms that's with this kingdom and the kingdoms before down. Okay? Let's go to Jeremiah, the 30th chapter. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 in verse 3. It says, For lo, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah, saith Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. This is a future prophecy, because even in the time of Jeremiah, where the Babylonians is taking over Israel, really it was the majority of this. It was the southern kingdom. The majority of the northern kingdom was in the western hemisphere, right? All the known lands, right, in the western hemisphere. Okay, yeah, you had a remnant of the northern kingdom that still was cleaving and holding on to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but majority went over here. So Jeremiah is speaking of the northern and southern kingdom. This is a future prophecy, and speaking on that we're going to return to the land. After 70 AD, the Jews fled from that land because of Vespasian and Titus destroying the temple, the kingdom of Israel, and they fled to to Africa, man. Got swallowed up in the mix of the people looking like them. Okay, so future prophecy, when the Lord truly delivers them, that righteous branch, he's going to bring them back to their land that's part of their heritage. So this is not spiritual, this is literal deliverance, but it's a prophecy for the future time. We're waiting. I'm waiting. Okay, Yahushua came to promise real freedom. Let's go to St. John, the 8th chapter. This is St. John chapter 8 in verse 36. It says, "If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed." Right? Now we understand when you go to, verse 32, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." The truth is Yahushua, and Yahushua is the word. The word is going to make us free spiritually and mentally. This is why, like Micah 2:10, come out of her. This is not your rest. It's polluted. Revelation 18:4, come out of her, so you don't take part of her sins and her plagues. Right? That's it. It starts spiritual and mental, but the end result is to physically get out of here. Everything that deals with Yahushua is spiritual, mental, and when he returns, it's physical. Getting physically delivered. Everything you're working for is to be physically delivered. Okay? Not partial freedom, not mental freedom only, not true freedom from oppression, true freedom from oppression, true freedom from slavery, true freedom from wicked rulership. Right? I don't want to mourn no more. I want to rejoice. Right? What did he say? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked rule, the people mourn. You're mourning. Shit, you around here saying good morning, right? You mourning each and every day, right? It is a whole blizzardy snowstorm, and your job still having you come in. Oh man, I don't know if I can make it with you. You better come in, or you gonna get a write up, right? It's a lot, man. This is Luke chapter 4 in verse 18. "The Spirit of Yahweh Shemashai is upon me, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He have sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and restoring of the sight of the blind, and to set a liberty with them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of Yahweh Shem Yahushai." Now, even when it comes to this gospel, us preaching deliverance, we have to preach it because it's going to happen. You have to trust in the process. You have to wait. That's the sweetness. But let alone, you got to hear of the bitter. You are in captivity. You have to wait, but you have to continue to be diligent. You have to continue to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. A normal, a natural man can't receive it because what are we? We are impatient. And I can't wait too long. And we've been waiting all this time, but you don't want to do the process by building up yourself, building up that character, building up your faith. When all hell break loose, and say you want to get delivered and you haven't heard this truth, and all chaos break the next week, you're not going to be spiritually in tune. Just while I was about to come up with this lesson, I went past where I was reading in the Maccabees, right? And I'm gonna read something where I think I left off in this chapter. I'm in the next chapter, but this is the first verse I seen to get this lesson ready. When I go to First Maccabees, where were we? Salaki family, just trying to get the right one. This is First Maccabees, chapter 12. And the verse is 9. I'm going to read 8, but the verse is 9. This is the verse that I read. It says, "At which time Ananias entreated the ambassador that was sent honorably, and received the letters wherein declaration was made of the league and friendship. Therefore we also, albeit we need none of these things, that we have the holy books of the scriptures in our hands to comfort us. That's what we have on this side while waiting for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Bills, you got your own emotions and feelings, family problems, friends problems, right? You keep freaking making mistakes. Oh, I should have never did this. I should have never went out. I should have never went out of town. You got all these things, which is perfectly fine, right? You got those problems. But the number one thing for comfort is the scriptures, man. A good time, a bad time, man. I just found $100, or I just got this. Yo, every time when you really think about it, if we was to truly look at it, for good, bad, worse, terrifying moments, the number one thing to have comfort, to have ease, right, to stay humble, to stay lowly, regardless of anything that happens in your life, is the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the counsel of the Lord, right? Well, what if, like, a woman, she has a miscarriage, and then one of her sisters or her sister wives or a friend, oh, sis, I just wanted to tell you, oh, I'm pregnant, and you say now you just got hit that you had a miscarriage, even though that is a tear, that's that you hurt, but coming in this faith and this truth, we still have a job to do. So to get you back in your mojo and not all depressed, oh, I don't want to read, I don't want to pray. Guess what? Now you just got comfort by somebody. When a life is taken, another life is given. Guess what? We always get to know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is always around. Always around. Always around. Right? Oh, I just got my new car. I just got my new job. That's amazing. Now turn your butt around and go pray to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? It's that job not gonna get you the kingdom, but you get to sit back and like, oh, I get to provide for my household. I get to buy certain things that I need. You know what? I get to do things for my husband. I get to try to make tribute to the ministry. I could do something for my sister. Such and such and such. You want to look at these things to benefit the ministry, but then you want to go back into exhort and calling Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Just like we talking about freedom, we get to really tell one another, yo, we're gonna be free soon. Man, I don't even know what that looked like. You know what? Let's go into the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashem. Let's go look in the law. Let's look in the Psalms. Let's go look in the prophets. Let's go see in the gospel. Let's go look in the letters. Can we see in the prophecies of us being delivered? Then we go into it. It's like, wow, it's a breath of fresh air. I want this to be a reality. Now you're desiring it. Okay? So, I don't know, did we get this one? Salaki family, I want to make sure we got this other precept. Let me see. This is, no, we're going to go to 2 Peter. Okay. 2 Peter's chapter 3. Right? The world is temporary. Freedom is forever. Everything in Mystery Babylon is about to burn. That's something that, we got to implant in ourselves. Things do happen. We are human, but we always got to come to the realization everything you see in this kingdom and things you probably didn't get to see in this kingdom is going to burn and be destroyed. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, starting at verse 10. It says, I'll start at verse 9. Yahweh Shemashai is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness. So any one of y'all that think the Lord is not slackness, okay? But in long suffering to us were not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance, all as in the elect. But the day of Yahweh Shemashai will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought you to be in all holy conversation and holiness, looking for and hasting into the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. New means fresh, afresh. So a fresh heaven means a fresh rulership, a new earth, right, where The new earth, the abundance of the earth is going to be new, right? It's going to be places and things that haven't been seen by any man. Is going to be afresh, right? Even Israel is going to be afresh. Even though it's going to be destroyed, it's going to be rebuilt, and it's going to be afresh in a way more beautiful glory than it has ever looked. Okay, this is something to think and hope for and want. But remember, the element shall melt with fervent heat, extreme fire, extreme heat. Okay, let's look at Revelations, the 18th chapter, and let's get Revelation chapter 18, verse 10, and it reads, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And we understand the man of perdition, or the son of perdition. Perdition means utter destruction or destruction. Babylon has to be utterly destroyed. Now, when you really look at America, America is really a city, right? The whole country is a city, okay? And this great city, right? This great so-called empire or kingdom is going to be destroyed in 1 hour. That's real 60 minutes, okay? Why get attached to a prison that's about to be destroyed? Why be attached to it? It's about to get destroyed, man. So the elect are in training for rulership after freedom. Freedom isn't just escape, it's inheritance. Come on, man. Freedom is real inheritance. This is Revelation 26. Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection, which is the elect. Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. That is the elect. Those that die in the name of the Lord, and those that endure to the end, that still remaining and living in the time of Yahushua's return. On such, the second death have no power. The ICBM missiles, that the concentrated control lasers that come out the chariots, right? That's the second death, fire. But they shall be priests of the Most High in the Hamashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. That's the beginning part of the kingdom, the 1,000 year, because after that 1,000 year, things are going to change. The Edomites are going to be destroyed completely, every last one, and the other nations are going to go back to their inheritance, which is their lands. And the earth is going to be in rulership forever and ever under Yahushua, King David, the 12, the 144,000, and the nation of Israel is going to be the heads of the earth, right? They're the top of the pyramid. Okay, so let's go to Daniel, the 7th chapter, and let's go to verse 18. And this what it reads. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Right? This is inevitable. It's already prophesied. It's going to happen. Okay? So why should we look forward to freedom and not fear it? This captivity, pressure is pressure. This captivity is pressure. Right? It's like a diamond or gold. It has all that pressure on it. The captivity is a whole bunch of pressure. Okay? But freedom is rest. Hebrews, the 4th chapter. Rest that we have never seen. Just because you got out of work, oh, I got the weekend. That's not real rest. Because truly, when you go in scriptures, you understand, Israelite, you're not even supposed to be working, right? You're the real royalty on the earth. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 18. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings, actually, let me go up, man. Verse 17. And if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with the Mashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also glorify together, right? The elect is joint heirs with Yahushua. This captivity, you got way more in store for you on the right-hand side of Yahweh than you even expect. And this is a light affliction. Everything you working towards is something greater than you have ever imagined or seen. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. This is why you should be hoping on freedom. Still be at peace with all men. Still do the job that you work, right? Build up your household. Still do what you do. But constantly put your mind on Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. Constantly put your mind on what the Lord expect in the end for you. I mean, truly for the elect is salvation, rulership, right? Let's go to Isaiah, the 14th chapter. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 3 to 5. And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor seized the golden city? Seized. Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked in the scepter of rulers, right? It's somebody still ruling. Somebody has that scepter, right? Scepter means authority, right? Or rulership, right? Power. And that nation right now is Babylon. But of course, we know the heads of this enterprise, four corners of the earth, are ruling, starting with the elites. The elites are the ones that's moving this business, this corporation we call America, this great city. Okay, so this is an encouragement to the elect. Soon, no more oppression, no more poverty, no more wicked rulership, no more being scattered, no more struggling in Babylon, no more evil eye towards your brethren, right? The Lord willing, I can get into that history, the southern and northern kingdom having war with each other. In history, it was going to repeat. The southern and northern kingdom was going to still have an evil eye towards one another. That was to show who the people was. You don't see these small hats ever speaking about Ephraim and Naphtali, ever speaking about the beauty they had once before and how they fell. If the southern kingdom is still here, the northern kingdom here. The northern kingdom got kicked out the land. They didn't get destroyed. They're still Israel. Their father is still Jacob. And when we look at in history, when we look at the people, Jake point a gun at their own people always. In the hood, who mostly is in this hood buying weed, buying drugs, getting whole slut buckets and all that extra? Black, Latino, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We have an evil eye towards each other first. Natives against the Latino Hispanics, right? You got natives against Judah, the African Americans, Jamaicans, and Haitians. You got some of the African Americans against the Haitians. You got some of the Haitians against the Jamaicans. You got Judah, who in the ancient world was in love with Ephraim, but they got evil. Oh, you know what? The Ephraim telling their daughter, "Hey, you better not date no black men. You better only get a Puerto Rican." Back in the ancient world, we was all loving each other, man. Okay, the Lord is about to bring us back together where we're not going to vex one another. We're not going to envy one another. You know what? Let's get that. Isaiah chapter 11 in verse 12. It says, and he shall set up in a sign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall not depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. So Ephraim was envy towards Judah, right? Judah, the scepter, the authority won't leave. Judah is basically the head. He's pulling all the tribes back to the Lord by the gospel, by the counsel of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And Judah shall not vex Ephraim. We're not going to vex him. Okay? And through the Spirit, through this truth, the Lord is already doing that in front of us. So it's not going to be no more struggling in Babylon, right? Because what? It's not going to be no Babylon, right? When the famine of the word come, that another end up, ain't no more struggle about to happen. The MOTB, we're getting closer. Ain't gonna be no more Babylon. Ain't no more fucking great city. Israel's about to be the great city. Okay? Real freedom is coming. Just like Egypt fell, just like Babylon was overtaken, right? Just like mystery Babylon, it's going to fall too. So for you true believers, the elect, okay, don't get comfortable in chains, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Don't love a place built on your captivity, right? Blood, sweat, and tears. When you look at Babylon and Timbuktu, it tells you the same ones that built America with blood, sweat, and tears, the same ones that built the pyramids in Egypt. If you read this other book, How White Folks Got Rich, it says the same thing. Okay? Don't love a place built on your captivity. Don't fear the destruction that brings your freedom. I mean, don't fear the destruction that brings your freedom. Oh, no, all these people, oh, those children gonna die. Oh, I feel bad. Man, fuck all of that. Excuse my language. If they're not of the elect and they're not the true descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through faith, oh, they gotta go. I don't care what nation you is, they gotta go. Our nation, the 2/3, and the other nations, they gotta go. Fuck them, man. I hold on that. Right? When we see in the scripture, salvation is only for Israel, and it's starting with the elect. Right? Do you think the 2/3 care about you? If they cared about you, they would serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Let's make that make sense. Right? What has the wicked done for you? This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 13 to 16. It says, these all died in faith. Not really dealing with verse. You can start from verse 1 all the way down, who he's speaking about. Noah, Abraham, right? These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them far off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth, a traveler looking for holy land. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country, and truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is, in heavenly, and wherefore the Most High is not ashamed to be called their power. For he hath prepared for them a city. And ever since that movement, the Lord already prepared what is going to be done for Israel, right? And it's all going to be done in Yahushua, right? This is the greatest story ever told, ever lived. You're living in the story every day. Every day is a new scene. Right now, at this time, is a new scene going on right now. We're about to get to the next scene, to the next scene, to the next scene, until we get to that great scene. The great scene is the destruction of your enemies, the fall of the 2/3, right? The deliverance of the elect, the showing forth of Hamashiach Yahushua and the heavenly angels. It's going to be a realm against a realm. 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, verse 29 to 31. It's going to be realm against realm. You're going to see the ultimate power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua on whatever level he's going to allow it. Okay? The Lord been orchestrating this whole thing in the spirit. Oh, no, we got free will. The kings is, no. The Lord is not ruling. This is Daniel, the 4th chapter. So this destruction is tied to our salvation. But this place fallen is going to all be done by the power and will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Daniel chapter 4, verse 7. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know, that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the bases of men. The Lord is really, I can't really understand that. The Lord didn't give you the understanding. The Lord is ruling these kings, man. Right? How? Let's go to Proverbs real quick, and then we gonna end this, man. Where we at? It's 21. Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21. Verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. The king's mind is in the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. There is no free will. From the bad and from the good. It's all from the Lord, man. Right? When it comes to these wicked decrees, it's all the Lord ushering in the end time. You think the Lord is working for us to go backwards? No. Everything is moving to the end. When you read a book, when you read a book, you read the title, then you open up, you get to the first page. This is the first chapter. The more you read, the closer you're getting to the end. Oh, now I'm in chapter 43. How many chapters in a book? 62. Now you on chapter 60. You're getting close. Now you on chapter 60. You got one more chapter. Now you at chapter 62, and it's 5 pages to read. You're on the 4th page. Now you're about to read the 5th one. We're really at the end. Literally at the end, man. So soon, one day, freedom won't be a hope. Freedom won't be a prayer. Freedom will be an actual reality. And the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will return home. They will see their enemies judged. They will live in peace forever. They will live in shalom. Shalom, not shalom. They will live in shalom. Shalom. Peace. Solomon, right? They will rule in righteousness forever, ever, and ever. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Forever and ever. Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, teach well through the Spirit. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Again, double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit. Lord willing, as a whole, that you all continue in sound doctrine. Shalom to the Akwaf, the sister of this faith. Continue in your lot. And shalom, shalom, abad, babal.